Good afternoon. I'm investigative journalist Femi Olunloyo in Nigeria. It's Monday, November 8th, 2021. A week ago, right around this time, 3 p.m. hour, we had chaos in Ikoyi, where a 21-story building collapsed. The Ikoyi building collapse has been trending for a week now. We have 44, casualties and 15 survivors so far. There were almost 200 people in the building. This is a building that was slated to be an apartment building with two other towers, not as high as the 21-story. There's been a lot of controversy all week with regards to how this building became 21 stories. They said it was approved for 8, and then it was approved for 15 stories, and then the 15 stories was, 6 were added to it to make it 21, and it wasn't approved for 21. We've heard conflicting stories between the Deputy Governor, who said it was approved for 21, and of course the Lagos State Management, Building Management Agency boss, who was suspended, Gbolahan Oki, who said the building used a lot of poor materials, terrible things, and he was suspended indefinitely. We've heard rumors about Gbolahan being paid 20 million naira per tower to cover up stuff for the owner. We don't know how these things are true. These are allegations. Now, with all being said about material, buildings, and everything, there's something I just need to say as a journalist. Now, remember, I'm only a journalist, an investigative journalist. I'm not an investigator. I'm an investigative journalist. I investigate and I turn the rest of it into journalism to inform the public. We have to know a lot of things in journalism, and even an ordinary person, if you go on YouTube and watch all those controlled demolition videos and structural collapses that were captured on tape from CC cameras and all, go watch them in America and you'll notice something strange. I said this and I tweeted this like last week, that they should check this building for explosives. Was there a bomb in that building? Was there a detonated device? Was somebody holding a remote control and trying to blow that building down? These are avenues that you look into when you're investigating something. A panel has been, installed, an investigative panel. What is the role of police, fire, ambulance, army, all the parastatals that have to do with security? Because there might be a homeland security issue here. Was it a bomb? A reason why I've been saying this, and one of my followers on Facebook also mentioned this to me. And yesterday we had a Twitter space with a structural engineer, and a surveyor also came in a little bit. And the one question I'm still asking is the way this symmetrical building fell. This building did not fall, in the way controlled, controlled demolition. You control how you're going to bring a building down. That's why I want you to watch those YouTube videos. The building, if it was a structural collapse, it's supposed to really just come down, affect every other building next to it. We remember 9/11, the towers, even though the airplanes went into it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have to really watch these videos. This building, in my opinion, not anybody else's opinion, in my opinion, Femi Olunloyo, Dr. Femi, investigative journalist, among other things, in my personal opinion, I thought there's an explosive in the building. It came down like a pack of cards. Okay, this building is symmetrical. It didn't come down like a building that has structural failure. It came down like a controlled demolition style, like somebody actually demolished it, and it came down like a pack of cards. So there is foul play if that were the case. And I want the investigators to actually look for that. There's possible foul play here. Were they trying to kill everybody? We say that's a conspiracy theory, right? Where they're trying to kill the owner. There are other ways you can kill the owner. But was somebody trying to get rid of that building because of all the complaints, the structural issues, the plan to expose the real owner? Anything is possible. We don't know. I mean, this guy hasn't died, a week? His own family rushing to grab everything he owns. We don't know. Everybody's a suspect. So while they're doing this investigation, they have to really explore that area. The governor needs to know more information. He may not even know what's going on. Maybe in the dark. One thing I was also concerned about is the fact that we journalists, we've not been given access to the victims. Some of them are in the hospital, they were discharged, they went home. Nobody knows who they are. And then the bodies in the mortuary, nobody was allowed to see the bodies for a good 4 or 5 days there. They're still identifying people. At the end of the day, the bodies will give us a lot of clue about what happened in there. Because if there's a bomb, the bodies will have bomb residues. And so there's a lot of things not accessible. And the panel itself is sworn under secrecy for many things. I have very big belief that the building was brought down in a controlled style demolition. It did not look like something that structurally collapsed. That is my opinion. I'm Kemi Olunloyo. I may be wrong, but that is my opinion. I found a video online. I don't know who to credit that video to, but it was on the domain, which is fair use. And I added it to my tribute video. Look at that video, how those buildings stood. It looked like big boxes standing on matchsticks and fell. But it's supposed to scatter all over and affect those other 2 buildings. Didn't touch them. Not to say the structural thing is good, no. But something isn't adding up. I want to see dead bodies tested for bomb residue before they're released to family. I want openness and I want transparency. That's all we're asking for. The victims need justice. The police should be in this case already, investigating the owner, any possible links to terrorism, as in, did somebody want him dead? There's a lot to be asked. He called his developer to come to the building to look at something. There's so much to look at. Even explosives, things that can cause explosion may be in the building. Guys, remember, as you're sitting in your house, there are many things that can cause explosion in this house, okay? Number 1, bleach, gas. Your air conditioner has gas too. Anything that can explode in our houses, okay? Anything can happen, but it's putting them together or whatnot. So sometimes in construction sites, you have a lot of chemicals being used. There's paint, there's this, there's that. Something might be heated and exploded and brought the whole building down. We don't know, but this looks very much like an explosion that was controlled. Let's see what happens when the panel starts analyzing. May the soul of the dead rest in peace and may their families get justice. I'm Kemi Olunloyo, Lagos, Nigeria, November 8th, 2021.